What's up, movers? How are you guys? Welcome to another Move with Intention session. My name is Lacey. Go ahead and grab your mat. We're working on hips today. Got some really good stretches and routine that you can do in the morning, during the day, in the evening to open up them hip flexors. So go ahead and open up the legs. You're going to bring one heel in, create that 90-degree angle, kind of like a right angle, and the same with the opposite leg. So don't bring the heels in too far. Bring them in so they seem to make the corner of a box on either side. Okay, so we're going to work on one side at a time. Starting with this one, you're going to lift up, lower back down, lift up, lower back down. You're going to really feel it in the hip flexor here. Try not to use momentum. Really engage that singular side. We're isolating the movement. Don't really reef on that hip flexor. If it's a small movement to start with, that's better than no movement at all. So go ahead and coax yourself through this at your own pace, and breathe and breathe. What we're going to do next is lift the foot off the ground. So keep that knee more so attached to the floor, and you're going to lift the entire leg off the ground if you can. And if you can't, just try to lift even the heel and the foot off the ground. You're going to feel it in your hips. You're going to feel it in your glutes. It's going to feel like some work. You can use the hand opposite of that leg to stabilize yourself by either planting your palm on the ground, holding it in front of you, utilizing the core, or leaning forward on that leg that's not lifting. So get a couple more in here. Bring the leg all the way around, and I want you to see if you can hold it out straight in front of you without resting it on the ground. And if you do need to rest it, go ahead and rest it on the other ankle and then circle it back around. Bring it to the front, hold it if you can, bring it back around. We're going to have this be called an SC. So you're going to extend into line, take it back into SC. Extend into line, move it back to SC. You can rest when you come back. Keep those shoulder blades together, chest nice open and proud. Keep moving here at your own pace. Keep breathing. We're going to switch to the other side, so go ahead and bring that ankle in. Make a right ankle angle with your ankle. Other side as well, the same thing. Okay, 2 90-degree angles like boxes with our legs. Don't bring those heels too far in. We want to keep our legs at that nice angle so we can work the other hip. Go ahead and lift when you're ready. Lower, lift, and lower. Breathing here. You guys already know the movement. Remember, you can use the hand to stabilize yourself. You can lean forward onto the opposite leg, or you can bring your hands to center, utilizing the core to stable your movement. Nice and slow here. Go ahead and bring up. Engage that hip flexor. Engage the core. Work those glutes. Now we're going to lift. Go ahead and lift. You can always lean onto the other leg. You can use your core here. Try not to swing the leg up. This is not momentum. We're really trying to use the glute, use the hip flexor, stabilize yourself however you feel comfortable. Remember, this is for you and your hips, so go ahead and do whatever feels good for you. Keep breathing through this. You're going to feel like some work. Go ahead and shake that off. Awesome work, you guys. Okay, we're going to bring the leg back around. Same thing on this side as the other side. So extend here. If you need to rest it, go ahead and rest it on that ankle. Then we're going to wrap it back around, sitting in SC, creating those right angles with our legs, bringing it back around, extend, and wrapping it back to S. Remember, you can stabilize, put your hands behind you, extend, hold, take it back, and lower. Bring it around, hold. Awesome job. Take it back, SC. Let's get 2 more here. Maybe this time you try with no hands. Use that core, stabilize yourself. Last one, we're going to bring it around, hold, and take it back. Good job. Awesome. Perfect. Extend both legs this time. We're going to go into a new mobility stretch here. Mobility movement. So take some deep breaths here. We're going to walk forward as we exhale. Fingertips come forward. If this is an intense stretch for you, then just stay there. Fingertips forward as much as you can, as much as feels comfortable. Remember, don't move into anything painful, or you can try to plant the forearms on the ground. And if you plant the forearms on the ground, I really want you to make sure that you're not reefing too much on that low back, and then you're going to walk from side to side, always returning to the center. Go ahead and move at your own pace here. I have a very big curve in my spine, so I tend to curve a lot here. So I have to make sure that afterwards I stretch in the opposite way so that I can get the front and the back of my body stretched. So anyway, we're going to move on, opening up both of the hip flexors here. We'll start on this side first. You're going to be seated, and you're going to lift yourself up from the seated S position. lift all the way up, squeeze the glute because that's gonna open up the hip flexor even more. So go ahead and take it down and bring it up at your own pace. You can always come partially up by using your hands to stabilize you. As long as you're engaging the glutes, you're gonna feel it in the hip flexor. Other side, go ahead and bring it up. Maybe it's a halfway lift. You can feel it in your hip flexor now on the other side. You can stabilize the hand by resting it behind you on the floor. One hand or two hands, whatever feels good for you. We're gonna get a couple more good ones here. See if you can lift yourself. This is a progressional movement, of course, so when you're ready and when it feels good, lift yourself all the way up. You can put a mat under your knees. You can put a pillow on your knees, a blanket, something that gives you a little bit of cushion here. Now come front and center. Plant those feet firmly on the ground, okay? Really open up your chest here. Get a good seated posture. We're gonna put the hands behind us, open the chest, and we're gonna just drop the knees side to side. Return to the center and then to the other side. This doesn't seem like a hard movement, but I don't have a lot of flexibility at in my one hip after having a hip injury in March, so I take these moves very slow. I encourage you to also take them slow because you can really get to see which side maybe is stickier than the other because both sides of our bodies are definitely different, and it's good to be in tune and know what's going on. Go ahead and come back to the S seat. We're going to return to this posture here, 90 degrees, remember. We're going to keep the heels not too close in, but not too far out. We're going to swing that leg around, take it back to S seat, and then we're going to sit up into our hip opener. It's going to be a combo move here, so the two things that we just did. So go ahead and start with your lift. Go ahead and lift back for 2. Go ahead and wrap around. Hold, extend that leg here. Take it back to S seat. Now lift. It can be halfway, it can be all the way. Squeeze the glute, lower back down. Let's do it again. We're gonna lift for 2. Remember the knee and then remember the foot. Wrap it around, lift it up. Now you guys know the drill. We're gonna move on here. I'm not gonna talk. I'm gonna let you breathe. Try to count in for 4 as you inhale. Exhale for 4 as you exhale. Hold here if you can a little longer. Good. Wrap it back around. Squeeze the glute, squeeze the glute, squeeze the glute. Hold it here. Take it back down. Let's do it again. 2. To the back for 2. Wrap it around. Hold. 2, 1. Wrap it back. S seat. Lift. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Lower. Moving on to the other side, same thing, you guys know the drill. 2 in the front, 2 in the back. Wrap it around. Then we're gonna hold. Take it back to S seat, lift all the way up. Squeeze the opposite glute. Go ahead, start here with 2. 1. Back for 2. 1. Wrap it around, hold. 3, 2, 1. S seat, lift, come up, exhale as you come up. Squeeze, 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 engage the glute. Guys, looking awesome. Sit back down, we're gonna do it again. 2. 2. Wrap it around, hold, squeeze, engage the core, breathe, wrap it back, S seat, lift, squeeze, breathe, sit with this, exhale, come back down. Awesome work. Okay, bring those legs back front and center just like we did before. This time, I want you to try and tap each knee, the internal part of your knee, to the center of your mat. So instead of knees dropping to the side this time, we're just working on one side at a time, doing some rotating with the hip flexors, and you're also going to change where your eyesight is. So if your eyesight is looking at me as we start front and center, it's going to turn as you drop open that hip flexor, that internal rotation of your knee, your kneecap, and you're going to be facing each side. So it'll be side, center, look at me, side, center. Eyes can follow where you're at. If you want to progress this movement, go ahead and lift. Go to the other side, center, come up, lift. Each time you lift, you're going to be engaging the glutes, you're going to be squeezing the core. You're going to feel a tremendous opening in your hip flexor. And remember, this is only if you want to. Otherwise, you can keep going from side to side with this movement. There's no pressure ever. You can move a little bit faster. You can move a little bit slower. We're going to do 2 here. We're going to do 1 more here. Awesome work, guys. Keep breathing. come back down in center. Go ahead and let those legs fall open. Okay, we're gonna stretch out the internal thigh here. Inner thighs, go ahead and come into a butterfly. You can round the spine, open up each vertebrae, rock around side to side, whatever feels good. We're gonna stretch out that low back and the hip flexors as well. Go ahead and pedal it out. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this movement. Keep moving with intention, and I'll see you back on the mat soon.